Good morning, Breakfast Club family. This is Mark Stevens for our host, Joe Shoup. Top of the morning to you. Welcome to the Breakfast Club, and it is what? It is December 22nd, 3 days before your big day. Glad that everybody's starting to chime in. Joe will chime in with us, I guess, this morning if he's not asleep, but he's been working on our project all night because we're trying to get it done as quickly as we can. And so he may not be with us this morning. I prefer for him to sleep if he's been working all night. But that's the way it goes. That's how hard we work for you. But don't have a whole lot that I want to go over this morning, but we still want to talk about the importance of the presentation that has been put together that will shortly be in the funnel of Tools Rock. So I'll say again, those of you that don't have Tools Rock, you need to get a hold of us so that you can get into Tools Rock so that you have this funnel, because I can tell you from what I see on the landscape, a business presentation, which is what we have here at AdTech, is the one that you're going to need, because there's a lot of things that are happening in business that is affecting people's personal lives, and they're looking, and we have to be able to provide them what they need. So we need to keep that in mind. And as I said, from this point in, I'll be talking about this AdTech presentation and the business, because we are in the business of teaching people how to have a successful business from home. We are not gold peddlers. Gold is very valuable. It's been that way for 6,000 years. It is the answer to a lot of situations out there, and we have the best program on the planet, bar none. But we have to present it in the right way. We have to communicate it properly. We have to connect it properly. Therefore, the importance of the communication class, as well as, the other tools that we have put in place. It's just about there now. The only thing that we feel the missing piece would be, which will be coming probably the first of next year, is the fax broadcasting. That is the final piece. And when you have that puzzle with what we put together, you have what is called in the U.S., or used to be called in the U.S., the tasty cake, and pie. In other words, you have it all. Or if you're Italian like Joe, there's a sauce that they advertise or used to advertise on TV called Francisco Rinaldo, simply meaning it's all in there. So that's what we have. That's the flavor that we have. It's all in there. And we're looking for you to have a phenomenal 2015. So if you feel like you have to rest, get your rest now, because we're not going to be resting come 2015. We're not resting now, as you can see. We're not resting now on our laurels. We just keep going. We keep pushing, because we want to touch a lot of lives, not just in the city, state, country, but in the world. And we have the tools to do it. And we plan on growing our business and helping you grow your business to a level that you've never seen before. And that's what it's all about. So what I want to do, let me just check the chat room here and say good morning to everybody that's saying good morning. And I tell you, I do want to talk about just a few things that are happening that are very pertinent and important. The central banks are doing things that some of you may know about, some of you may not know about. And what they're really doing is buying a lot of gold, which is, in essence, a good thing, because it's telling you what you should be doing. Now, your brokers may be telling you to buy something else, but, let me say this. I'm not giving you financial advice. All I'm doing is I tell you what I do, what I'm doing, and you can just take it from there. But I'm not giving you financial advice. I am not your financial advisor. If you have one, you need to check with your financial advisor. But the things that I tell you and I say to you are things that I'm doing. And the reason I say that is that because they're the right things to be doing. But I'm not telling you to do that. You are your own person, just like you have your own business here in Karatbars. You do what you want, how you want, when you want, and with who. But I will tell you this. When I look over the landscape, and when I look at the condition of our country, and when I look at the condition of the baby boomers, and when I look at the condition of the millennials, and when I look at, you know, what happens out of a group of 100 people, what happens to those people, Houston, we got a problem. But Breakfast Club family, Karatbars affiliates, we have a solution. So basically what we need to do is bring the people that are having a problem together with our solution and help them solve it. And the thing about it, if you have something that you can solve a lot of people's problems, you can make a lot of money. And I know that's what, you know, a lot of us are here for, to make money. We're not here playing, which is another thing that I want to say. Please, 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 don't treat this like a hobby, because it's not a hobby. This is a business. And most businesses fail within the first 2 years, actually 18 months. Joe and I discovered on another survey, 18 months. And basically there are two reasons. And that is lack of capital is number one, which means what, Mark? It simply means this. You have to put money in your business. Now, we understand that everybody don't have what everybody else have. They don't have all the finances and things of that nature. But whatever you have, and you're going to run a business, you have to be prepared to put money in your business to grow your business. The second reason why a business fails is simply this, and that is mismanagement. Now, if you have a business, you have to work. The WRK, as Joe puts it, you have to work. And so two things, you've got to put money in your business and you have to work. And that's how you come up with the success. And my definition of a successful person is one, not who got the riches or whatever like that, but is one who took the advantage of an opportunity. If we're offering you an opportunity and you offer an opportunity to other people and they take advantage of it, that is a successful person. So we need to keep that in mind. And like I said, don't treat this like a hobby. It's a business. It's just like any brick and mortar. Your brick and mortar, you're in your home. But guess what? You get the pleasure to work in your pajamas if you so choose. You get the pleasure to go outside if you so choose. You get the pleasure to work with whoever you want to if you go choose. You get to work the amount of time that you want to put in if you so choose. All those things are great advantages of working for the establishment, where you have that supervisor from hell, where you have that time that you have to be there and you can't leave, where you have that time where they say you've got a vacation, but you can't take it when you want to. I'll let you know when you can take your vacation. And even though you get 2 or 3 weeks, you only can take a week at a time instead of the 2 or 3 weeks that you've earned. All that is what I'm talking about. You get to control that when you have your own business. And you know, that's a great thing. So you need to keep that in mind, and you need to understand what you have, understand how to run it, understand how to communicate, understand how to connect it, understand all these things. Understand how to communicate it means you have to know the right language. There's a certain language that you need to be speaking. You can't just, you know, just throw anything out of your head because you don't know the answer. You have to know the answers, and you have to be able to communicate the answer so that the terminology that you use makes sense to people. You have to also you have to market your business. Marketing is what we do to get our information in front of people, and that's part of the lifeblood of your business, marketing. So you have to know how to market your business, and you have to have the right tools and know when to use them and how to use them. And that's, again, I keep saying this because, we've spent a lot of time and a lot of money of putting these things together to help you so that you can be successful in your business from home. We don't want you under all of the stress that people that own businesses and people that are going, on the JOB, the just over broke situation, the 40-40-40 plan. You work 40 years, and you spend all that money on education and school, and you retire. They used to give you a gold watch, but now they give you the boot. And then you can't live off of the 40% that you were earning. Who can do that? Not in the day's time like this. You cannot do that. So the deal is you have to know what to do. And that's why the AdTech business presentation is so important. Now, let me get back to some things. And then those of you that have seen the presentation, think about what you've seen. Think about what we've been talking about. And, we'll kind of discuss that if you like. But again, the central banks are holding people's gold and they're accumulating more gold, but they keep telling you to buy paper. And there's a reason for that. These things are purposely being done. So this is why I say, I don't buy paper. I buy gold. I don't buy stocks. I don't buy bonds. I don't buy derivatives. I don't buy any of that. And when I had it and I discovered the real deal, as they say, I got rid of it. That's me. Again, I'm not giving you financial advice. I'm just telling you what I did and why I did it. And whatever you want to do, so be it. But so see, because really, somebody would ask us, this Karatbars thing, is it a Ponzi scheme? You have to know how to answer that. I'll tell you what a Ponzi scheme is. A Ponzi scheme is SSSI, Social Security. That's a Ponzi scheme. When you got more going out than you have coming in, you have a big time Ponzi scheme. And, I used to tell my clients, we need to do this because when we get there, I don't even know if the money is going to even be there to pay us. And definitely our children and our grandchildren. So something seriously has to be done because it's very underfunded. And now, let's talk about, for a minute, let's talk about pension plans. Pension Guarantee Corporation, supposedly a government agency that backs the pensions of the employers around the country. Well, there's a big percentage of the employers around the country that are running into problems, and they're not going to be able to fund, and their retirement programs are underfunded. They're underfunded. And there was a law that said, whatever you promise your people through these retirement plans, you can't change it. You cannot change it. Regardless of the situation, you cannot change it. But yet recently, this Congress of ours, through their Agenda 21 program and the G20 nations, they got together a few weeks ago. And for those of you that don't know, they passed a law. And it's happening in all these countries. And the law now says that you can cut your pensions for different ages. You can cut them. You can't cut them, you can only cut in a certain amount based on the age. Now, when you put money into those pensions, you put it in there and they told you you're going to get X number of percent based on what your salary was when you left and what you had in the plan and that type of situation there. That's not the case anymore. They can cut it now. The pension guarantee is underfunded. They're supposed to guarantee everything, but they can't even guarantee themselves. They can't even guarantee what they have and what they do. And like I said, I'm not going down the rabbit hole right now, but there are reasons for that. And it's not by happenstance. So again, this is why Joe and I say this. You have to control the economy in your own home. You have to control your retirement. You can't let somebody else control your retirement because you will end up broke. And again, I'll say it again. That's why they call them brokers, because they keep you broke while they enrich themselves in their pockets. So, and now recently, this Congress of ours snuck in a law, passed it, that says that the banks, and for you that don't know, here's your wake-up call. You are now, if you have money in any bank, I don't care what bank it is, how big, how small, how wide, where the tentacles hook into, are now a creditor to the bank. In other words, when you put your money in the bank, you still owe the bank, because guess what? They control your money. It's their money when you put it in. And when these banks go belly up again, as they will, and probably soon, the money that you have in the bank is going to become theirs. I'm just telling you. I'm not telling you what to do, because I'm not giving any financial advice. I'm not your financial advisor or a financial advisor. I used to be. I retired, so to speak. Now I'm semi-retired, but I don't, I used to get $300 an hour. I don't do that anymore. But the thing is I still help people. I still want to help the people that I love and that I care about. And that is you, my family, and my other family, and my friends. So if they come to me and they say, well, Mark, what do you think? What are you doing or whatever? I share with them what I'm doing. And I still tell them, I'm not going to tell you what to do. This is what I'm doing. This is the situation. That's a decision that you have to make with your own financial advisor. And that's the same thing I'm saying to you. But I'm also going to, at least I can tell you what, certain people and entities are doing that you may or may not know about. And if I'm preaching to the choir, amen, we know what's going on. We're doing something about it. But if I'm not preaching to the choir, I'm trying to help you. That's what love is all about. When you love somebody, you help them. And you need to know what's going on. And you need to help people. And you need to, you need to help yourself, and you need to help your families. And you have the knowledge now. And I mean, we've been giving you a lot of knowledge. We've been giving you a lot of answers. And you know what to do. So you just have to work and do that. And the more people that you help, the more you help yourselves. And as I told you before, the best way to make money is to help somebody else make it first. And as I said, I think it was Henry Ford says that he would rather have 1% of everybody else's efforts that they do than 100% of his own. And you know what? I don't blame him, because that's the way that it works. And then when you talk about compound interest, and that's why they call it the eighth wonder of the world. When you understand compound interest, when you understand, excuse me, the rule of 72, that's a lot of knowledge. And as people say, knowledge is power, I beg to differ. The use of knowledge is power to me, because you got a lot of people with knowledge, but they become educated derelicts. They don't know how to use the power that they have. You need to understand the power and use the power that you have. So it's the use of power, that's the use of knowledge is power, because when you put it to use to protect yourself, to grow your assets, to preserve your assets, and to hedge your assets against inflation and everything, that's a smart thing to do. You're a smart person. And that's what we have in this family. We have smart people. So we need to really keep that in mind, and we need to start today, as Jim Rohn says, not tomorrow. Because let me tell you something. There are 2 days in the year that you can't do anything. You can't do anything. And for those of you that don't know, I'm not going to beat around the bush. I'm going to tell you straight up. It's yesterday and tomorrow. Now think about what I said. There are 2 days in the year that you can do absolutely nothing. And that's yesterday and tomorrow, which leaves what? That leaves today. Jim Rohn says, whatever you're going to do it today. And that's what I'm saying to you. Forget about tomorrow. Forget about yesterday. There's nothing you can do about it. What you do have is today, as they call the presence. So let's take advantage of that. Let's try to help ourselves, and let's try to help somebody else. Let's understand what we have. I met some people over the weekend, and I looked at some information this past weekend, and I was so high and joyful. No, I don't drink, so I don't mean that way. And I don't judge anybody that does, because wine, a little bit of wine is good for the belly anyway. But anyway, what I'm saying is, when I said I was high, I was so pepped up, I was so joyful, because what I heard and what I saw was exactly the presentation that Joe and I put together. In other words, it was saying that the things that we have in the presentation, these things that I looked at, was saying, this is what we need to do, because these are the challenges that we face. So Joe and I always felt that we were on the right track, that what we were going to develop and put together for us and you, our family members, that we knew that we were on to something great. We were on to something that's life-changing. We were on for something that changes the landscape for not just us, but for this industry, for those that, that take advantage of it and that use it. It works for any business, any MLM. It works. But the only reason that it doesn't work is that you don't work it or you don't use it. And so the idea is to do it and do it and do it until the job gets done. And share it and share it and share it and keep sharing it until the job gets done. And if you keep sharing it and sharing it and sharing it, you will be able to do things that you hadn't thought you could do in your wildest dreams. You will be able to do that. Because let me tell you something. Karatbars is doing some things and have got some things coming that's going to blow the roof off the house. Because there's going to be that much power and energy in it. This company and all of us that are affiliates, independent affiliates of this company, opportunity is phenomenal. And it's getting greater and greater and greater. We're going to have products and tools, and we're going to have a new website here soon. For some of you that haven't known or didn't know anything about it, Karatbars is coming up with a new website that's going to be way better than what it is now. Not that it's bad, because I don't think it's bad, but I mean, it's going to be a great improvement. Product. They're coming up with products. There's one in the back office right now, and that's a coin. Phenomenal as compared to other coins out there. So what I'm saying is this: there's nothing wrong with coins, because I have coins as well, but I prefer 999.9% 24 karat gold pure bullion. And the reason that I prefer that over anything else is simply this: it's real money. It's the money that major countries of the world, and it's the only gold that can be used for the settlement of debts. Now, if you have the only gold that can be used for the settlement of debt, you have to have the best thing in the world. And if you don't have that, if you can't settle any debt, settle any accounts with that kind of gold, you really don't have the real gold, as far as I'm concerned. I hope I'm not hurting anybody's feeling, because that's not my intention. But the deal is, I want the real thing. I want the type of gold that's used by the countries of the world for the settlement of debt. And that's what the Karatbar is. That's what the Karatbars will be. Always has been, always will be. And I'll tell you another thing. Probably by the end of 2015, there's a chance that Karatbars will own its own gold mine. Now, can you imagine being a part of a company that owns its own gold mine that will produce LMBA, good delivery, pure 999.9% 24-karat gold bullion? And can you imagine if you have a world share pool in that? Can you imagine if you are a VIP exclusive? Can you imagine what you can share in down the road? It's phenomenal. And we have that opportunity. And we need to keep and think in terms of that, of what we have and what we can share with other people. It's phenomenal. It's phenomenal. So, you have to engage. And we keep saying what we say because it's so important. And the thing to understand, please understand this. This is not about Joe Shute. It's not about Mark Stevens. It's about you. It's about you. All we're trying to do is be of service. Joe and I understand the term that some of you have heard. Hopefully you understand. And it's called delayed gratification. We all would like to get ours right now. Bring it on. Give it. I want mine now. I want it now. All of us want that. But it doesn't necessarily work that way. Sometimes you have to sacrifice, because when you do that, you're rewarded beyond your means. And that's where the delayed gratification comes in. And, so don't be afraid to help somebody. Don't worry about them getting more than you're going to get, because they can't. They have the same opportunity that you have now. If they work harder than you, then they probably will get more than you will. Because again, I've heard people say that the harder I work, the luckier I get. Well, I don't believe in luck. I have two definitions of luck. Definition one, luck is what a fool calls it when the creator gives them a break. Definition number two, L-U-C-K. L, laboring. U, under. C, correct. K, knowledge. If you know what you're doing, you don't need luck. So the harder I work, the more residual income I get. And residual income, you make yourself rich. R-I-C-H. Rich. Residual income creates happiness. That's my definition of rich. But I don't want to just be rich. I want to be wealthy, because guess what? Rich people still work for other people. Wealthy people don't. So I want you wealthy. Breakfast Club family, I want all of you wealthy. I want us all wealthy. If we're wealthy, we can help more people become wealthy, and we can help more people in this world. That's what it's all about. That's what keeps me so happy and growing and excited and everything, because today I may change a life, or be instrumental in changing a life. And guess what? You can't put a price on that. Even all the gold, you can't put a price on that. To change a life is like the ultimate pleasure. It's like the ultimate accomplishment. To be able to affect the change of somebody's life for the better, and that they can do the same thing. And guess what? It becomes an extension of you. So that's my message for today. Let me give you an update. I got a note from Joe, because he's been up all night again. And the manual is finished. The presentation is finished. We just got one more thing to do, which we hopefully will take care of today with Tools Rock. And once that's corrected and Joe and I sign off on it, then we will be able to get it, Tools Rock will be able to get it up on the platform. And we'll let you know when that happens and when you can go in and you can view it and you can use it for those of you that have ToolsROM. Now, if you need anything from Joe, as far as communication class, then you want to send an email to JP Shoup, Joseph Patrick Shoup, JP Shoup at earthlink.net. JP Shoup at earthlink.net. And you want to put 4 things in there: your name, your email address, your telephone number, in the event that he has to call you, and what you are requesting. If you're requesting about the communication class of getting in, or are you requesting to be on the notification list so that you know about these webinars and things that are coming in the future, that's all you have to do. Send an email to jpshoup at earthlink.net. We are hoping that very soon we will have our AdTech Worldwide chat room. And you'll have to do certain things to be a member of that chat room. It's not just going to be any ordinary chat room. It's going to be a chat room that everybody going to want to be in. I can tell you that. I'll just put it that way. But you know, we'll talk about that a little more later because we're getting right about at the bottom of the hour. But we hope to have that up soon. And again, we're pulling all of these things together for your benefit, for our benefit, our family benefit. And because you know what? We want to change the world, starting with yours. We want to change the world, starting with yours. And so, you know, let's pull together as a family. When families pull together, they get things done. They do it and they do it until they get it done. That's what we want to do. That's what we're going to do. And we pray that you be with us. We pray that you want to be with us, that you want to go along with us, and that you want to travel this road to the top of this mountain that we're going. Because you often hear Joe say, be careful in the direction that you're going, because you might end up there. And I added to that, well, yeah, but you might not can get back. But we don't want you to travel that road. We want you to travel the road that's paved with gold. The road that's paved with gold. That's the road that we're on and that we're traveling. We just want to pave more road. And what does that mean? That means bringing on more people, location, more affiliates. And here's another thing too. What I want you to think about is this. When you're building your group, don't be afraid to put somebody down under somebody else, because you're helping them. You won't miss those units. But you do want to be considered, do it first under people that are working. If somebody's not doing anything, you don't necessarily want to do that. You want to put it under somebody that's working. And that's your business. You do it the way that you want to. But guess what? If you do that, that helps motivate those people. They do more. It builds your units more. It builds their units more. Everybody's working together. And that's what it's all about. That's what team simply means. Together, everyone achieves more. Team. Everybody's working together. It's no I in team. I've never seen I in team. You know, a team wins together, they lose together. No one person does it all. You know, it's just like the parts of your body. You need all the parts to your body to function properly. Well, you need all parts of a team to function properly. And that's what we are. That's what we're going to be. That's what we're going to be. So let me check the chat before I get ready to close out and see if we have any questions. I don't see any questions. So, being I don't see any questions, I guess everybody got the message. I pray that they did, because I sure gave it to myself. When I'm looking at this screen, I don't see you, but I see me talking, and I'm talking to myself. So I'm talking to me just as well as I'm talking to you. because I need to know this, and I need to know what to do. And I need to take heed to whatever I say, and that's what I do. So peace and blessings to you all. Go out, make it a great day. Change your life, change a city, change a state, change a career, change a country, and most of all, help us to change this world. We want to get rid of the stress. We want the world to have time freedom, money freedom, time to be with their families, their friends, to go where they want to go, to have the finances to do what they need to do, and then have a lot left over. Just be happy and be able to bring joy to everybody else in this world. But guess what? We first have to be the change in us that we have to see, that we want to see in the world. That's the way that I live my life. I want to see the change. I want this change in me first that I want to see in you. And that's why I work so hard. Not trying to blow my horn because I don't have one. I just have a lot of love. And love conquers all. Love gets the job done. So love everybody that you can. If you can't love them from a distance. But just love them. You know, somebody said one time, love the hell out of them. What? Okay. I love them anyway. You know, you can't love you want to love everybody, but some people won't let you love them. But guess what? What I do, I love them from a distance. And that's the beautiful part of what we do. We can still help somebody, but we may have to help them from a distance. We can still love somebody. We have to love them from a distance. But it's all good. Just the fact that you love. Just let them know that you love them, you know. And love conquers hate. Love conquers poverty. Love conquers prejudice. Love conquers all. You know, there's no greater love than love itself and the creator of that love. So let's think about that. Let's grow this business. Let's grow our talents. Let's be there for one another. Let's not look down on one another unless we look down, we're looking down to pull each other up. That's what we're doing. There's a lot of fun in that. That's another thing. Have fun. This year I'm gonna do crazier things to have fun. But those crazy things are gonna make a lot of people a lot of money. And I'm gonna have the joy of seeing them make a lot of money. And that's what it's about. So make it a great day. Peace and love to you. This is Mark Stevens, our host, Joe Shoup, saying we will see you back here tomorrow on the Breakfast Club. Peace and blessings, everybody. Make it a great day.